Ah, chingada madre. My bad, you guys. My bad, my bad. Yeah. Where is the... Oh, notes, notes. My bad, you guys. Let me set up real quick. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Yeah, bitch, madre. Not. Let me take away my bullshit. All right, you guys, what's up? For the 0 people that are gonna be watching it. So, on my last video, I was talking about how the S&P 500 was, was gonna create. Or actually, last week, I mentioned how we closed on Friday was very important. We wanted the Nasdaq and the S&P to close negative, but not breaking crucial support areas. For example, here, the crucial area to hold was this gap that we created from before the Fed opened and after the Fed opened. After that, if you notice, the market had a lot of fucking hard time breaking above that area. Not just that, every time it fell down, this was your area to pay attention to hold right here. Going on here was your really bearish market. So to me, as long as we maintain about there's a also I how do you say it? Not dissect, but in a way break the market into certain sections. And that's why you see these boxes in here. Especially from this dotted yellow line means a 12 monthly. That's what we closed on December. So staying above that was very, very, very important. The next one was your weekly, this light blue line. So from here to where we close on December, at the end of December, what is an important area if it breaks on down to the area. Your next area will be from right here to the next daily. Your next daily, if you go to the daily, so as the market went up, it closed right here. So from here to that weekly, I would break it up. And as the market entered, with depending what data came out and all that shit, I understand how the market's gonna react. Along that, then I'll mark down my 12-hour candles. That's why you see these yellow lines right here. So again, they also help me understand how hard that area is gonna be hard to pass, along with what data is coming out for that week, and how, if that's the data that's gonna move it, or should I wait for my Monday or Tuesday to catch it for a better move or whatnot, for the market to tell me, um, have a better impact on the market, instead of me just going in, getting rejected, not knowing in where it's not moving. So let me go back to let me take this crap off. All right. And then how we opened on Monday and held today was very important, because either we were gonna have a fake out starting Monday and Tuesday, and seem like the market's gonna go down because of whatever comments or data came out that affected maybe the one on Monday. Today there wasn't any. There was some data, but not really to move the market, to scare the market. Wednesday is your actual data that's gonna fucking help Friday's data. So that's why the market is now setting up. It's very bullish. Even though it's consolidating, these are the patterns, the three candle box, especially in a higher time frame, especially when you put that it's a high impact week, and we're off three candle box. So the fact that it's on right here is like, oh, okay, after the market has the market is feeling this, the market's expecting tomorrow's data to come out good. On top of that, for gold and silver, you had the whole Venezuela thing. On top of that, you had this interest rates. The more bad labor that we start getting this week, the more the Fed has to push to cut interest rate, and therefore in the next meeting he's gonna say something like that. So that's why investors are getting their hopes up. That's why investors are putting their money in. That's why they're like, yo, this is gonna be it. And for also those fucking high up there that know the insides of what they hear, what's going on and whatnot, they start making their bets. So I'm surprised that it's bullish right now, especially with Wednesday data. You would think the market is cautious. The market is not cautious. It is cautious, but the market is not scared cautious. It is very optimistic cautious. Friday, see how it played out. And also how here in my daily, this indicator is my cushion, my rally indicator. So the fact that on Friday it dropped and held up here, that's something like, okay, that was your fake out right there, and from here it's gonna should reverse depending how we open on Monday. The way it opened Monday and where it was, I was like, oh, okay, it's most likely gonna just fucking shoot up from here and do close here on the day, and then Tuesday night is gonna be varying, and as we get to Wednesday morning, it's either gonna be a shootout, and that weekly candle is gonna complete, and you're gonna see it shoot up. And see, it's funny because let's say this new all-time high was created in the last week of December, but and it would have created a new all-time high. Trump would have been saying, we close at a new all-time high. He would have been bragging about it. Market's on all-time high. This and that. I did this. I did that. But like, people wouldn't have known. He pointed out that we closed at a new all-time high, but it was based on fear, and but fear right now is good, because they know that the Fed has to step in no matter what, or the market's gonna start fucking up. So, I really don't find this shit. I find this shit interesting, but it's funny how that shit would play out. So, and if you go to the Nasdaq, and this is what I said, that how it's gonna play out. That as the S&P gets to that edge, you're gonna see Nasdaq weekly get back and go to that edge that has been rejecting fucking for the longest time. That gave me the first signal that we're gonna start most likely start going down this week right here, the week where the S&P fucking ended up flying, not flying but creating a new some high, December 29. So you're gonna see the Nasdaq, the S&P close at the weekly peaks. Most likely S&P maybe will fucking shoot out just a little bit of that weekly resistance 3 candle box, but if it's still too early, or we're gonna get fucking pulled down somewhat towards the end of the day and close halfway, whereas like S&P, I can do this fucking shit. I forgot. My bad. There you go. God damn it, I'm moving shit. I didn't go here. So. All right. So weekly. Bam. So either you're gonna see the Nasdaq and the S&P close at their weekly peaks, or you're gonna see towards they close at what, at 7 golden. Oh no, that's gold and silver. No, not that's 7 to 11. So either at 11 they're gonna close here, and from 11 to 3 we could then start. They're gonna start hitting those resistance, and maybe retrace down a little bit and close just fucking barely somewhat here for the Nasdaq and for the S&P. Somewhere down here just halfway, but still completing that. It's still bullish. And then your Tuesday night, they're gonna make it up, get to that weekly area, reject or start breaking it early, and just bullshit in this low area for the S&P 500 till the data comes out, and then maybe get some sort of fake pullback. But if that pullback is fucking deep, then that tells you something. But if that pullback is fucking just a little tweet on down, doesn't really, but then by 8, whatever the data comes out. So if it's 6, let me see right now. Yeah, motherfucker, put that. I'm ready to use my bad. Here you go. 2 going up for Tuesday. Yeah, Thursday. Very important. See? So that you see why the market is positioning themselves right now here, why they're excited. So this is gonna come at 6:15. So at 6:15 to 7:30, if we come back down hard and we keep that fucking 7, especially 7:30, 7:15 area, where like the market has shut down strong, and by the time the market opens, now you're in the hole. Should I sell? Like, well, it's too late to sell because the drop below so support, weekly, daily, whatever, whatnot. Or it's gonna do some sort of pullback, but just not really freaking hard, and then towards 7 coming up, or 7:30 coming up, or sustain, or it's not really gonna show that, oh shit, bad fucking bad data or whatnot. And then also we then have the 8 o'clock. So that's why if the 6:15 doesn't drop, once the market open at 7:30, depending how it's, oh Joe, it's gonna be, that's what the market is fucking doing this right now. That's what they're positioning. That's what they're either, they already know the outcome, so they're position themselves way lower. Buyers are coming up. Oh shit, I have the indicator. I forgot right here. All right, so then we have this right here too. I'm pretty sure you can read this shit right here too, right? Use economy and service driven. This matters more than manufacturing. Then we have all the jobs at 8 o'clock dropping. Mention how many jobs are available. See, supports rate cuts expectations. Bullish for gold. Lower openings. Just ringing alarms. Mayday, mayday! Rate cuts are coming. And that's why you see bullish. That's why you see gold and silver pushing it up right now too, because they know tomorrow's, and then everything right now too. And also the week that it also, gold and silver also created a weekly 3 candle box, I believe. See, and this sets everything up for Friday. Oh, you got this, but see. So either Wednesday's gonna shoot us an up or give us that push, and then Friday could be a reversal, or it could be also more push on up because of the bad news that we got, because it's gonna fill up a lot of gaps, fucking, as you can see right here. And we're gonna go flying, but we're gonna go flying based off fucking fear. And then if you guys saw the 2026 SEC, it's like they're giving you, I like how they do this shit, because I don't know if it's done on a certain day, but if you see how the market, let's say the market is down, you see a bunch of, I think, watch, if you go, let's go back to stocks. Let me take this crap off and go to, so Meta isn't really doing shit. Maybe either Apple is falling, Google is just waiting, Microsoft. So they're all in a, these stocks are in a neutral pretty much. The support area here. So they just came out with how all these, whether it be NVIDIA, AMD, partner with Uber, be all this crazy good news future wise. Because there's, again, these motherfuckers have not just a month outlook, but they have fucking years. And they're talking with all these fucking smaller corporations and whatnot to integrate the technology and this and that. Meanwhile, we're hearing the market this, the market that, and if the market does go down, because of whatever reason, that technology is still gonna be happening. That's technology. It's just like the .com crash. So much money into that, so much money lost, and what they did is they fucking grabbed the 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 motherfuckers that survived. Everybody else's fucking food, leftovers, whatever was left, and they grew as the market recovered, and they got stronger. Same shit with these folks. That's what they're fucking spreading. Instead of just saying, "Yo, yeah, we make chip and this and that," they're connecting to grow, to be more than just this, more than, just like a Tesla company. Everybody was saying that Tesla was just a car company. No, it was more than that. Now that all this shit came out, now it's different. And that's why Tesla has been holding and shooting on up and creating new all-time highs. So again, these dips, the numbers don't matter. Look what's happening behind the scenes. Look what's happening. Look how they're progressing, how they're branching out. Um, that's what the market is about. The numbers, the market is not about numbers. Same with fucking Netflix. Netflix doing this shit because not just because of the market, but also because of the whole deal that they have going on with Warner Brothers and this and that. And also, United Healthcare was in a monthly three candle box going down. The fact that the third candle closed inside, the way you play this plays out is if the first normally let's say it's a forward candle, if this forward candle in the first 2 hours stays above this area, it's telling me that most likely this three candle box is gonna reject, cancel, and we're gonna start going the opposite, especially if the forward candle then closes above and complete. There's a 3 monthly. So I want to say, along with this data, interest rate cuts, if these first 2 weeks we hold in this month, we end up closing inside of this red area right here, this could be a potential bottom for United Healthcare, and we should then recover and be hearing by the end of the year be hitting $400. Creating support right here. You can see there's a support zone. If it was really dropping, you already had right here 3, 6, 9 months, pretty much a whole year of the market testing that support zone of $300. So just something to pay attention to. Not just that, but Fibonacci wise, on the weekly, we're below it. We tested right here. Not just that, on the weekly, if we close these days right here, I'm telling you, this could be the bottom for United Healthcare. Yeah, that's a resistance and lines up with this. This is your resistance barrier, your bearish barrier. The more we keep getting rejected, especially this week below this uh bearish barrier, United here is going to be stuck below the area. And again, pay attention to this right here, this uptrend. You see this uptrend that we also have right here. All this is bullish and we're closer right here. All this to me is screaming, hey, get ready, because this could be the bottom right here for United Healthcare. There is a gap though, so normally gaps are closed. So again, it is we're barely beginning of the year. So if we do drop, there's most likely gonna be a cushion right here, and we're gonna hold, and then you see United Healthcare go back up. If you see right here, there's a floor resistance, whatever you want to call it, but it's right here. And it's thick right here. That's why you see this gap. So the market is most likely, and there's a resistance right here. So most likely it's gonna start peaking right here, and we gotta start seeing going down, closing this gap here. But still above this area and respecting this resistance out now, then going on up and being up of this area. If we go on down, to me that's gonna be buying opportunity, as we'll create support here and then continue going up and sustaining this through the year. $356. There's a weekly. That's a resistance. You can see right here. It shoots up and then creates support right here. And breaks through it. So makes sense. Also, the fact my other bullish sign, yeah, was that we had a daily and a 12-hour candle 50 Fibonacci right under here. The fact that it held it and broke through it, I was like, okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we're gonna rally a little bit, huh? United Healthcare. And then we also had a weekly trend line. Let me see. My bad. It's right here, and actually, it's right here. Connection. You notice how that's exactly where it goes, stops, holds above the daily 50. Here's the 50 daily trend line, broke through it. Any of my indicators, entry, target, 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 all three targets hit. I repeat, all three targets hit. And then we have a 12 monthly trend line resistance. So it's gonna be hard as to pass right here. So that's gonna be hard to pass. We're gonna need hard news to pass that bitch. So that's why you can see you're gonna see United Healthcare just bouncing, hitting, and just start going on down. What if not? It's right there. So this could be, and then also this could be your once it breaks out, this could be your this could be the bottom right here, and this is most likely the bottom. 80% sure. My financial life. See, there's your entry area. Yup. There's your sweet spot. Watch as it starts breaking on up. You gonna see that entry area still there, but you're gonna see these switch. These reds gonna go down here, and the green gonna go down here. On daily, yeah, on daily you'll see it more better, because I know what to catch it on early. And you see where it got? And I'm pretty sure it's with that weekly. Yup. Entry. The breakout above the daily. All this together. Also, I was watching on Monday. Friday. What's it? Monday or Friday? Yeah, it was Monday. Because I know Monday it held, but then after that I didn't pay attention. But I know this was an important area to pay attention to if I wanted to go on options trade or whatnot. Since I think I was paying attention to something else, I didn't see this. But most definitely on this right here, I would have gone for options for probably like 2-3 weeks. 2-3 weeks. I know I didn't think it was gonna happen that quick, but this should be we should have keep getting rigs and start going on down and getting stuck in this range right here, 351 to 345. And depending what news came out, or if they some sort of new bullshit that came out, and therefore investors now went in more heavy, and this is that. Yeah, because they're right there, but being back to their. Oh no, they still got way more months ago. Never mind. That's good. There you go. So yeah, we will create a new all-time high by Wednesday or tonight. If not this Wednesday, by next week, next Wednesday, or the end of the week of next week. Especially if we have some sort of more bad news or whatnot. Um, it also depends on tomorrow because we may have, but it's just the fact that it's a weekly three candle box and breaking out of it and it's gonna shoot out. Otherwise, we're gonna end up on Wednesday retracing on down here, and then Friday's gonna be our savior and close us out of here. That's what I could see happening too. Gold is also setting up too. And then this bitch right here is all I'm paying attention to. I was like, yeah. I was like, it's not gonna do this. So look, here, pay attention to. Sorry for the fucking crayons, but you got this area here. Gold will rally after crossing below, and that's what happened over here. The cross below, rallying gold, fucking rally, and then the next area was gonna be down here. Bigger move below this. That's when gold and silver started retracing on down. But then as Monday came, I was like, nah, the market's gonna open. You guys see gold and silver start going up from here, especially if gold retraces on down, which it did. I was like, yeah. Then now you guys see gold and silver going up, start completing that weekly three candle box. We're expecting what data comes out or what happens with this whole our amigo from Colombia and whatnot and all that bullshit. And then what's gonna happen is instead of dollar continuing going up, it's gonna start rejecting in this 12-hour 12-hour resistance right here. Right here. And right there, see? And you also have this thick bearish resistance or rally, whatever you want to call it, but now it's bearish. Entry. See, that's your sweet spot. And as it starts breaking on down, also weekly wise, oh, that's that too. Also weekly wise, when we have a 50 Fibonacci, used to be all the way up here, now it moved right underneath it. So either gold, we're gonna start sustaining this, but rejecting, sustaining this shit, but it's gonna reject this. And as we see that happening, you're gonna start seeing gold leave a wick and then slowly start coming back down. Especially once you mentioned with all this employment and interest rates and all that bullshit down, you should see the dollar start going back down below that weekly 50 Fibonacci right here. Yeah. As it started, then we have 50 rays and so you go down as then gold starts going down and we come to the nighttime, you gotta see silver and gold start breaking on up and dollars start going on down or especially with tomorrow morning, you see the dollar going on down, especially if silver and gold shot on up, you should see a gold doing that, dollar doing that shit going on down. And again, these key areas are gonna be your blasting off moves right here. When the dollar reaches this area right here, okay, your next area is all the way on here, guessing all the way down there. But all these right here, this area, and getting, anyways, all this shit right here. So, but what I'm thinking about is the whole oil thing. How if they're gonna some sort of way try to push the dollar back and up slowly, or that's what I'm like, are they gonna make some sort of deal or something where it's gonna tell investors in a way, the news, whatnot, that hey, so and so deal happened and therefore the dollar is strong now, or because yield this, yield that. and you're gonna see a sell-off of gold and silver. But then again, like no, it wouldn't, because you just heard fucking Trump. You just heard Trump and his buddy, I forgot who it was, talking about Cuba. I say like English, Cuba. Uh, Talking about how they're about to fall, how Venezuela was the one selling them oil, therefore cut them off. They should drop any moment soon. So they should be next, pretty much. And you can see his buddy all like yeah, like they're. I mean, we got big things. He actually said some shit like that. We got. It's like he knows that, because that motherfucker has a big mouth, and I'm pretty sure with his buddies, he's the type of man that he doesn't hold shit. He speaks, then thinks of what he said. So I wouldn't be surprised if with those guys, especially that clip. Let me see if I can see the clip. That clip. Trump on Cuba.
Now we have a very sick neighbor. It's not a neighbor, but it's close to a neighbor, and that's Venezuela. It's very sick. Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long.
So this man, when he makes these comments, they're not. He says what he thinks without thinking before saying it, but he says what he thinks. And these are men. So this Colombia guy, he just made comments about how, hey, this motherfucker is doing this because he's trying to keep the S files from coming out as way as possible. So that's why he's doing all this shit or whatnot. If I was him, the way he is, I'll be, oh motherfucker, is that right? Let me go make a comment then and make a threat against you, but not because of what you said, because of your drugs and stuff like that. Not because of what the way you just talked to me on live TV in front of all my peers. So just like you get mad, or celebrities get mad when they get tagged and they're accused of this or that. Same with kings. Same with presidents. It's like, oh, did you see what Trump called fucking so-and-so was yeah. And these are all the kings, these are all the motherfuckers saying this shit to each other, texting it, Instagramming it, however the fuck they communicate. And now you're the talk of the world. Kings and queens and presidents are talking about you because how this little peasant made fun of you. You also gotta think that way too. Just like corporations see as little fucking moms and pops, like that's how this whole world works. From hierarchy to fucking whatever you president, we have this our ego. That's our ego. How dare you? Especially this man has a big ego. So I'm not seeing gold and silver panic sale drop. Especially if I'm an investor and I'm seeing this shit and I'm seeing him talk. It's like, hey, go get me a couple $1 million. And give me a ready money whatever bullshit. We're about to buy some gold and silver. Or go get me, you know what I mean? No brainer right here.
He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me. Yeah. You know why? Because they kill a lot of people. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
It sounds good.
You know why? It sounds good.
So there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good.
So there'll be an operation. He says, it sounds good to me.
Good to me. Yeah. You know why? Because they kill a lot of people. Yeah.
Because they kill a lot of people. Isn't it interesting, how they can just say these words and you're supposed to believe that they care about you, that they care about these people? You live Okay, from a outside world, country, and you're seeing this Superman, you're like, damn, like, he cares about, he cares about, he cares about other people, he cares about us. But it's like, how do you don't live in the United States? Like, have you seen how he cares about us? So like, if you don't give a fuck about your own house, how are you to believe that he gives about somebody else's house, somebody else's kids, when he doesn't even give a fuck about his own people? And if you do talk bad about him or anybody, you're on the other side, or you must be bought, or you must be sent there by so. That's their excuse now. I never really heard that excuse or this way of a president talking, but like every time now where he gets bombarded with questions, you must be sent by, you must be them, you must be that, you must be. So it's interesting to me. So regardless,
Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they're going to hold out. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready
they
to
cut
fall.
off his friend's part.
You have a lot of great Cuban Americans that are going to be very happy.
Watch his friend's part. I want to see his friend's part, man.
Overnight, President Trump reaffirming that the United States is in control.
Allies for Cuba.
See.
Cuba as well.
I don't know who he is. He probably is some banker or some friend, or you guys probably know him. But just see how excited he is. He's more excited than Trump about it, talking about it. Like if Trump has told him something about it already. Or he works in his administration and he knows shit already too. Or again, he's just a friend, banker, or somebody that, like that motherfucker end up saying shit to him. And he's like, troll, well, yo, watch the shit. Oh, you can't watch it, but
Cuba is ready to fall.
Yes.
Cuba looks like it's ready to fall.
You just wait for Cuba. Their days are numbered. We're going to wake up one day, I hope in 26, in our backyard, we're going to have allies in these countries doing business with America, not narco-terrorist dictators killing Americans.
The Cuban government claims 32 Cuban nationals were killed during the U.S. raid. Trump says they were protecting Maduro. The administration's...
And that's another thing that I've been seeing too, or I heard that they were just, the reason why also China or they didn't step in is because they were just pretty much using him. Or there's a bigger, this of course, there's bigger shit going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. We just know the basic shit that we were just told, like they invaded for oil and this is not. Everything else now is gonna be rumors, he said, she said, coming out from the news. You're gonna have to wait for an actual journalist to do the whole, hey, this is what happened, these are the facts, blah 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 blah. But we're gonna keep on having this shit. And that's gonna keep. What the fuck is it? Oh, my bad. That's gonna keep gold and silver going on up. I wanna fly like an eagle. Yeah, fly. Yeah. Oh yeah. Where's this shit at? Flow. How's the market feeling? Calls, option calls going in 119.5. I'm guessing million. That's fucking a lot. Puts getting canceled. 52,000, 53,000. Put to call ratio 41. God damn. Yeah, the market is gonna close on bullish. If we're gonna go down, it's gonna happen. It's not right now. Your sweet spot, 11:45 to 12:30. It's gonna sustain there, or do this little small little dip and start crossing on up, or it already did that little dip, and now from here it's gonna just start being very choppy, closing rally-ish. Call, silver. Puts, silver, call. Google, god damn, made them. Yup. Oh shit, that's your all-time high right there, yeah. So, yes, sir. Um, and this is normal for right here. It's gonna bullshit, and then when with Wednesday data, we're either gonna see a come up, or we're gonna see come up and just sustain this above 91 ish or whatnot. Yeah, it was really gonna go down. You would have seen a scary Ethereum. Like do something like this, stop here, and then do this shit. Then do the start going on up and all that fucking bullshit. But yeah, it's gonna sustain this, and then as we go to nighttime and get the data tomorrow, you should see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all them going up. And even if stay in this area right here, pay attention to Friday, because Friday's either gonna save this shit and close halfway, and then your Friday to Sunday again, staying very bullish and blah 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 blah, depending how the market closes and all this and that. Or if you get bad news on Wednesday, and then we start seeing then Ethereum and Bitcoin start going down, then tomorrow, then your Friday's data is gonna be your continue with that downfall, or again it's gonna be the savior, and again you're gonna see on Friday go up to right here to like 3,290. That's if we drop with tomorrow's data and whatnot. But if we sustained, we should then this should be the dropper right here. We should be sustaining above this where we are right now, above 3,190. Market up is firm, but inside the same consolidating range. Buyers are present, but not activated. Gold stays supported. Tech isn't breaking down. The crypto is following risk tone. We need a headline, data shock, or trend breaks beside direction. Right now, this is not trend. Let's do live mid session power update. Gobiernos del republicano. So it's higher than 20. Dips continue to get bought. Rips continue to get kept. There's balance, no weakness. Yep. My side, not full control yet. Holding up better than the S&P 500. Tail leader President Bermuda still rejecting the same. Yep. Tech is supporting the market, but not dragging into the high. Yep. Not selling pressure. Highlighted and gold still holding structure. Silver is breaking the flow, but no breakdown. Closing above resistance, falling resistance, gold stays confident surging. Yup. Market has energy, but yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Alright, so that's it for this video. Probably gonna come back, make an update. Make update at 9. The market close at 4. Though you want 4 hours later, it's not really. You want to come down to entering the Europe time to see how the market starts reacting to it and have it close at 11. Then I'm gonna fucking go sleep my ass because I'm definitely gonna wake up tomorrow and make a video of this data. But for now, this is Brian Seacrest signing the fuck out, folks.